Hello. I want to introduce myself. My name is Charity Lankford-Vestal, and today's date is January 27th. I am recording this to share a little bit share with you a little bit about my depression and about a procedure that I found recently that is cutting edge to treat depression and lots of other mood disorders. This particular treatment is called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. It is a non-invasive treatment. It does not hurt. You can drive yourself to the facility and you can drive yourself home. Some of the side effects that have been reported, which have not been for very many people, have been a possible headache or seizure during the treatment. And it doesn't hurt. It's a band. It consists of a band that goes around your head. There are magnets here on the frontal lobe, and they do a lot of tapping just to stimulate and reactivate the brain so the neurons can fire correctly. This is the reason I'm doing this is because I've tried medication for years, and I do not like some of the side effects from the medication. As of right now, I take about 3 different medications, and the side effects are I've just had enough. And if this treatment works where I do not have to take medication, I will be thrilled. The TMS, the transcranial magnetic stimulation, you can get the information from TED Talks. There are a lot of demonstrations on there. It'll talk to you about everything that they have found that are helping all sorts of people with, OCD, depression, anxiety, also post-traumatic stress disorder, autism, Asperger's, and also a few other things that I might be leaving out. The reason I've decided to move forward with TMS is because I still suffer from depression even though I'm on medication, and the side effects from some of the medications that I take, I'm just, over it. One other thing that I've done is, that I thought would be helpful, that is still somewhat new with psychiatrists, and I want to urge you that if you are seeing a psychiatrist, please see a reputable psychiatrist that will administer all the mood disorder tests such as ADD, ADHD, insomnia, bipolar 1, bipolar 2, mania. That should all be on there, and then your doctor should go over a treatment plan with you, telling you what he or she sees and how she or he is going to treat you. And sometimes it does take a while to find the right medication to help you. In my case, I've been on medications that have helped for a while, then they stop working, or as of right now, I still struggle with some of the side effects, and I still struggle with depression. I still get very depressed. I have my good weeks and my bad weeks. The other thing that I've done with one of my doctors is I've done something called the DNA saliva test, where they have a kit, and some of the psychiatrists have them, some of them don't, some of them don't even know about it. So you want to make sure that you're going to a psychiatrist that is knowledgeable, that is educated on the new, current, and upcoming treatments that are available. So the saliva test, the DNA saliva test, consists of spitting into a tube. You shut it, you shake it up, you send it off to the company, which the company that I used was Millennium, and they print out a full-page report of all of the medications that would work for you according to your DNA. That is what's led me to the medication that I'm on now. And I've, even the report had given me a list of things that I've already been on that didn't work, and maybe worked for a while or stopped working. Like I said, I have my good weeks and my bad weeks. This TMS treatment is non-invasive. It does not hurt. You can drive yourself to the facility and drive home. It's just, they put a band around your head. It's tapping. It lasts for 37 minutes to 45 minutes, I guess, depending on your situation. It's approximately about an hour. It is pretty simple, really, and it consists of about 6 weeks. So it's Monday through Friday for 6 weeks, so it's quite a commitment. So be ready for that when you look into it. It's been treating anxiety, addictions, mood disorders of all sorts, autism, stroke patients, OCD, like I said before, and you can get more information from the TED Talks, and they have demonstrations, and they have a lot of information. You can also Google it. Medication has brought me so far in my life. I've been off and on medication since I was about 14, switching around, trying different things. And it's always been a crapshoot for me, no matter how I've tried to do it, even with the saliva tests. It helps some people. Some people can find a medication that helps them, but especially with the SSRIs, there's always side effects of low libido. There are norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, which are more adrenaline for the brain to kind of give you some energy if you're depressed. Today I take about 3 different medications, one for depression, one for ADD, and then I also take something that is a mood stabilizer. The mood stabilizer has helped, and my Concerta for ADD, I believe, helps with my mood quite a bit. It gives me some energy to focus and stay on task, to get up and exercise. I'm also aware of my food intake. I'm heavier now than I ever have been due to some medication that I'd recently gotten off of, and they switched my medication due to the saliva tests. So, some of this stuff is, and it's been about 4 or 5 months since I've switched my medication, and some of this medication stays in your fat cells for so long. So I'm doing as much work as I can physically to try to make a difference in my life. But the one thing, depression and these mood disorders, they don't just affect you, they affect everybody around you. And fortunately, I have a family that rallies around me, and also, it's affected my kids. I still today suffer from panic attacks. Pretty extreme ones, actually. They've gotten a little bit worse. I think most of that comes from fear and being aware of our thoughts and being aware of our triggers and what's triggering that. Are you going through a divorce? Are you, unhappy with something, work, your home life, your environment is very important. I want to urge you just to look into this if this is something that you feel you'd like to go a route without having to take medication and enduring the side effects from it. So I'm going to keep you posted on how these TMS treatments work. For years, I tried to cover up my depression. I tried to sound really good and happy on the phone. I've always been a hard worker, and then I kind of get sluggish, especially in the last year. My boss started noticing that I wasn't feeling as well. I didn't have as much energy. And he would ask me what's wrong, and I'd say, I'm just not getting enough sleep, or I have female issues, or whatever I could do to cover it up. On top of all this, I take a blood pressure medicine. So there's a lot of medication that I really don't want to be on. And if you are taking medication, it's important for your doctor to be testing your liver. You need to be getting regular blood work done to make sure that this is not doing damage to your liver. Some of these medications are not meant to be on for a long time. So be aware of that as well. So that's why I bring this TMS to you. It's an option to consider if you want to go the route without medication. I have trouble sleeping sometimes. I also experience a little mania. For me, that will show up with, staying up all night doing a project, maybe irritation or extreme irritation or agitation, and sometimes even rage. And it takes quite a bit for me to be provoked to be in a rageful situation, but it has happened. And you end up feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. And That's not me. That's not who I am really. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very affectionate person. I'm sweet. I love to help people. I love to talk to people, and I'll never stop doing that. I'll never stop trying to find answers to improve my life as I go through life with, this disorder. But I'm going to try these TMS treatments, and I'm really hoping for the best. I'm hoping to get off of my medication, and I want to. I'm doing this so that, I hope to encourage you and to let you know that you're not alone. You're not alone with this depression. Surround yourself or find people who have been through this. Have a conversation. Get one or two people that you trust to have a conversation with, or see a therapist that you can talk to and find out about the TMS treatments. They're doing a lot of good for a lot of people. I believe it's been around since about 2008. So just to be supportive, find support, be aware of your food intake, your coffee intake. If you're a smoker or a drinker, that's probably not something that's going to allow the medication to work fully. It really messes with things, and it sort of cancels out the medication when you drink. Or, I also take omegas, very high quality fish oils, omegas that come from very cold waters. I take the Ultimate Omega from Nordic Naturals, and it makes a difference with my brain. It's great for mood and supports the brain activity. I give it to my kids. And I also take something called Calm that I drink at night that calms me down. It has minerals in it, calcium, potassium, magnesium. It also has vitamins in it, vitamin C for absorption and vitamin D. If you're someone who doesn't get enough vitamin D, like I don't go out in the sun, so I don't get enough vitamin D, that's very important. So being aware of your lifestyle and looking at your triggers. Where are you stressed? Where are you not stressed? We still have to do the work. We can't just depend on a medication to change our lives, or just TMS, or just whatever. We still have to do the work. We still have to make good, healthy choices for ourselves. So I want to encourage you to do that. I will be keeping you posted for the next 6 weeks. This treatment takes 6 weeks. So I have my first appointment on February 5th. Today is January 27th. And so I will be keeping you posted, and I want you to know more than anything that you are not alone. And I know that a lot of us want to help other people, but we have to help ourselves first. And we cannot make a difference until we help ourselves first. So I really hope that you find what makes you happy. Get back involved in the things that make you happy. Like myself, I've lost a lot of interest in the things that make me happy, or I hide out and become a little hermit. But honestly, just because we have depression or mood disorders doesn't mean that we can't have a happy lifestyle. Everybody's a little bit different, and if you're really struggling with this might be an option for you to look into. So I'm looking into it, and I'll be keeping you posted, and I hope you stay with me on this. And if you've been through this, or you want to share with me on YouTube, please don't hold back. Share with me. I would love to hear from you. And I wish you wellness, and please know once again that you are not alone. Okay, thanks for your time. Thank you.